Ever thought about the celebrities who have stirred up more dislike than admiration? In Hollywood, some stars have faced intense backlash for their actions, attitudes, or on-screen personas. For example, one actor has earned a reputation for being notoriously difficult to work with, leading to numerous negative stories from colleagues. Another star's controversial comments have sparked outrage, pushing fans away, and inviting criticism from all sides. Further, there are those whose off-screen behavior, like run-ins with the law or public meltdowns, have left a lasting mark on their careers. Some have been labeled as self-absorbed or arrogant, alienating both fans and fellow actors. The impact of social media has only amplified these sentiments, with many stars facing public scrutiny in real time. Ultimately, this list will explore the reasons behind the disdain for these celebrities, delving into the incidents that turned fans into critics, and examining how their actions have shaped their public image over the years. Known for her remarkable talent and strong presence, Helen Mirren has also made headlines for her candid and sometimes controversial remarks. She has a habit of using inappropriate language on live television, which has led to some memorable moments. One such incident occurred on Good Morning Britain, where her choice of words caused quite a stir. This incident highlighted her tendency to speak her mind, regardless of the setting. Mirren's directness can be refreshing, but it sometimes comes across as abrasive. She does not shy away from answering questions with brutal honesty, which can catch interviewers off guard. This forthrightness has earned her both admiration and criticism. While some fans appreciate her authenticity, others find her comments off-putting. Despite this, her career remains impressive, showcasing her versatility and dedication to her craft. Her willingness to express herself candidly has made her a polarizing figure in Hollywood. While many celebrate her boldness, others may see her as one of the more disliked stars due to her unfiltered approach. This duality in her public persona adds to the complexity of her character in the eyes of fans and critics alike. Known for his grumpy demeanor, Tommy Lee Jones has made quite an impression in Hollywood. His tough exterior and no-nonsense attitude have led to a reputation that some find off-putting. One memorable incident that stands out is when he made a reporter cry during an interview. This moment highlighted his intense personality and lack of patience for what he might consider trivial questions. Additionally, his relationship with co-star Jim Carrey during the filming of Batman Forever was famously tense. The two actors had very different styles, with Carrey's energetic and comedic approach clashing with Jones' serious demeanor. Reports suggest that Jones was not fond of Carrey's antics on set, which created an uncomfortable atmosphere. This dynamic between them has become a notable part of Hollywood lore, contributing to the perception of Jones as one of the more difficult stars in the industry. His reputation for being grumpy and unapproachable has solidified his place in discussions about the most hated stars in Hollywood history. Described as a nightmare to work with by director Kevin Smith, Bruce Willis has gained a reputation that has led to some controversy in Hollywood. Smith openly shared his experience of working with Willis, calling it soul-crushing. He felt that the actor's behavior on set was challenging and difficult to manage. This sentiment is not unique to Smith. Other directors have also voiced their frustrations, noting Willis's unwarranted and misguided input regarding their directing style. These complaints suggest that Willis's approach to collaboration can be counterproductive, leading to tension and dissatisfaction among those trying to create a cohesive film. The difficulties attributed to Willis have contributed to a perception that he is not an easy actor to work with, which can affect casting decisions and the dynamics on set. While he has had a successful career with iconic roles, the stories from directors highlight a darker side to his working relationships in the industry. Woody Allen is notorious for his creepy behavior and troubling history of relationships with underage girls. His personal life has been the subject of intense scrutiny and controversy, especially after he infamously married his 19-year-old stepdaughter. This relationship sparked a wave of criticism and disdain from both fans and critics alike. Many people found it difficult to separate Allen's personal life from his work, leading to a significant backlash against him. The marriage raised serious ethical questions about power dynamics and the nature of consent, particularly given the age difference and the familial ties involved. Critics argue that his actions reflect a pattern of troubling behavior that has overshadowed his contributions to film. Despite his previous acclaim and success as a filmmaker, the controversy surrounding his personal life has tainted his legacy. As a result, Woody Allen remains a polarizing figure in Hollywood, with many unable to overlook his past in light of his artistic achievements. During the 1990s, Val Kilmer developed a reputation for being difficult to work with. This reputation was highlighted by notable directors such as John Frankenheimer and Joel Schumacher, who openly criticized him. Their comments pointed to the challenges they faced while collaborating with Kilmer on various projects. His intense focus on his craft often clashed with the broader concerns of the films. This led to a perception that he was willing to jeopardize the financial success of the projects he was involved in. Kilmer's approach to acting sometimes seemed to prioritize his artistic vision over the collaborative effort necessary in filmmaking. This mindset contributed to a strained working environment, making him a polarizing figure in Hollywood. While he delivered memorable performances in films, his behind-the-scenes behavior left many in the industry feeling frustrated. As a result, Kilmer's legacy includes not just his talent, but also the controversies surrounding his professional relationships. Reportedly, Donald Sutherland had a rule on set that crew members could not make eye contact with him. This behavior was interpreted by many as an egotistical power trip. Such a rule can create an atmosphere of tension and discomfort, as it places a barrier between the actor and the people working around him. In the world of filmmaking, where collaboration is key, this kind of behavior can be seen as a way to assert dominance rather than foster teamwork. Sutherland, known for his roles in films like MASH and The Hunger Games, has had a long and successful career. However, this reputation for being difficult to approach has led to mixed feelings about him among peers and fans alike. While he is undoubtedly talented, some people question whether his talent justifies such behavior. The idea that an actor would impose such a rule raises eyebrows and leaves a lasting impression on those who work with him. This kind of conduct can affect not only the morale of the crew, but also the overall production. If crew members feel they cannot engage with the lead actor, it can lead to a less collaborative environment, which is crucial for creative projects. The film industry thrives on relationships, and when one person creates a wall, it can disrupt the entire process. Sutherland's choice to enforce this rule might stem from a desire to maintain focus or an image of seriousness in his craft. However, many view it as a sign of arrogance. This perception can overshadow his achievements and contributions to cinema. Ultimately, while he remains a respected figure in Hollywood, this aspect of his personality has led to him being viewed as one of the more disliked stars in the industry. Remembered as America's beloved TV dad, Bill Cosby was a prominent figure in American entertainment for decades. He gained fame through his role in The Cosby Show, which portrayed a positive image of an African-American family. However, his legacy took a dark turn when more than 60 women came forward with accusations of sexual assault, dating back to the 1970s. These allegations painted a troubling picture of a man who had once been celebrated as a role model. In 2018, after a highly publicized trial, Cosby was convicted on 3 counts of sexual assault. This conviction marked a significant moment in the #Me Too movement, highlighting the issue of sexual violence in Hollywood and beyond. He was sentenced to up to 10 years in prison, a stark contrast to the laughter and joy he once brought to millions. As the public grappled with the revelations about his actions, the image of the lovable TV dad was forever altered, leaving a complicated and painful legacy in its wake. In 1921, a tragic event unfolded that would change the life of Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle forever. He was hosting a party in San Francisco when Virginia Rapp, a young actress, fell ill and later died. The circumstances surrounding her death led to a media frenzy and public outcry, with many quick to blame Arbuckle. He was accused of manslaughter, and the case gained significant attention, drawing in crowds and reporters eager for sensational news. Arbuckle faced 3 trials, each filled with drama and conflicting testimonies. The first 2 trials ended in hung juries, reflecting the deep divisions in public opinion. Finally, in his 3rd trial, the jury found him not guilty, citing a lack of evidence to support the claims against him. Despite his acquittal, the damage to Arbuckle's career was severe. The scandal overshadowed his previous success as a beloved comedian and actor, leading to his gradual withdrawal from the film industry. His story remains a cautionary tale about the impact of public perception and media sensationalism. Accusations of anti-Semitism have surrounded Walt Disney, particularly due to his decision to invite Leni Riefenstahl, a filmmaker known for her Nazi propaganda, to Walt Disney Studios shortly after the Kristallnacht. This event, which occurred in November 1938, marked a significant escalation in anti-Jewish violence in Nazi Germany. Many view Riefenstahl's work as an embodiment of Nazi ideology, and her films played a crucial role in promoting Hitler's regime. The timing of her visit raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about Disney's views. Evidence suggests that Disney admired Riefenstahl's filmmaking skills, which adds another layer to the controversy. Critics argue that this admiration indicates a troubling alignment with her controversial legacy. The complexities of Disney's personal beliefs and professional decisions have led to ongoing debates about his character and impact on Hollywood. His actions have left a lasting impression on how he is perceived in the context of social and political issues of his time. Sybil Shepherd is known for her work in television and film, but her time on the popular show Moonlighting was marked by significant tension. Allegedly, she fought constantly with her co-star Bruce Willis, which created a challenging atmosphere on set. Their disagreements became a topic of conversation among fans and industry insiders alike. This conflict reportedly stemmed from differing work styles and personalities. Additionally, writer Ken Lazebnik and showrunner Chuck Lorre publicly criticized her difficult behavior, further highlighting the struggles behind the scenes. Shepherd's reputation for being hard to work with has overshadowed some of her achievements in the entertainment industry. Despite her talent and success, these conflicts have led some to view her unfavorably. The dynamics of her relationships with co-stars and crew members have contributed to her standing in Hollywood, making her a controversial figure among audiences and professionals. During the filming of Boogie Nights, Burt Reynolds had a tumultuous relationship with director Paul Thomas Anderson. This film, which later became a classic, was not without its challenges on set. Despite the movie's overall success and critical acclaim, Reynolds often found himself at odds with Anderson. Reports indicate that he frequently swore at the director, which created a tense atmosphere. This tension extended beyond just the two of them, as Reynolds' behavior made life difficult for the entire crew. The conflict seemed to stem from Reynolds' strong personality and his desire to maintain control over his performance and the film's direction. As a veteran actor, he had his own ideas about how scenes should play out, which clashed with Anderson's vision. This dynamic highlighted the struggles that can arise in the creative process, particularly when strong personalities collide. Ultimately, while Boogie Nights became a significant part of Reynolds' legacy, the behind-the-scenes drama painted a different picture of his experience during its production. Public scandal erupted around Ingrid Bergman when she began an affair with Italian director Roberto Rossellini, while still married to her first husband, Dr. Peter Lindstrom. This relationship shocked many, as Bergman was a celebrated actress at the time. The affair became even more controversial when she gave birth to a child out of wedlock, which was a major scandal in the conservative society of the 1940s. The backlash was severe, not only from the public but also from the government. Many felt that Bergman's actions were unacceptable, and she faced harsh criticism from various quarters, including the press and her fans. This scandal overshadowed her career for a time, leading to her being labeled as one of the most hated figures in Hollywood history. Despite the backlash, Bergman continued her work in film, and eventually regained her standing in the industry, but the events of that period left a lasting mark on her public image. His career took a significant downturn after making anti-Semitic remarks during a DUI arrest in 2006. This incident shocked many fans and industry peers alike, leading to widespread condemnation and a tarnished public image. Known for his intense performances and directorial work, Gibson's reputation was further damaged by accusations of being incredibly sexist. Reports surfaced of him sending threatening phone calls to his ex-wife, which painted a troubling picture of his personal life. These actions contributed to a growing list of controversies surrounding him, making him one of the most polarizing figures in Hollywood. Despite his past successes, including iconic films and awards, these incidents have overshadowed his career. Many in the industry distanced themselves from him, and his projects faced scrutiny. The combination of his personal missteps and public backlash has left a lasting mark on his legacy, making it difficult for him to regain the trust and respect he once enjoyed. Famous for her diva-like behavior, both on and off set, Sharon Stone has made headlines for more than just her acting talent. Known for her striking looks and memorable performances, she has often been at the center of controversy. One notable incident occurred when she was detained at a Utah airport. Reports indicate that she caused quite a scene over a checked bag, which led to her being questioned by authorities. Stone has publicly denied this incident, insisting that the situation was blown out of proportion. Despite her denials, this event contributed to her reputation as a difficult star. Her behavior has led to mixed feelings among fans and colleagues alike. While many admire her for her undeniable talent and iconic roles, others find her demanding nature off-putting. This combination of talent and tumultuous behavior has solidified her place in Hollywood as one of the most talked-about figures, often sparking debates about the price of fame and the expectations placed on stars. Known for her stunning beauty and iconic roles, Marilyn Monroe also gained a reputation for being difficult to work with. This aspect of her personality caused significant stress for her co-stars, including well-known actors like Tony Curtis and Clark Gable. On many occasions, Monroe would hide in her dressing room, overwhelmed by nerves and anxiety. Her behavior on set often reflected her struggles, as she frequently appeared as a nervous wreck. This tension sometimes disrupted the filming process, leading to delays and frustrations among the cast and crew. Despite her immense talent and charm, her unpredictable nature made it challenging for those around her. The pressure of fame and her personal battles contributed to her erratic behavior, leaving a complicated legacy in Hollywood. While many admired her on-screen performances, her off-screen difficulties painted a different picture of the star. The combination of her talent and troubles has led to a lasting discussion about her role in the entertainment industry. Labeled a homewrecker by the media for her affair with Eddie Fisher, Elizabeth Taylor's reputation took a hit during a scandal that rocked Hollywood. This affair not only caused a stir, but also led to a significant falling out with her close friend Debbie Reynolds, who was married to Fisher at the time. The public scrutiny was intense, with tabloids eagerly reporting on the drama and making Taylor a target of criticism. Many saw her as the villain in a love story gone wrong, overshadowing her talent and contributions to film. However, in a twist of fate, Taylor and Reynolds later reconciled after meeting by chance on an ocean liner. This unexpected encounter allowed both women to heal and move past the hurt caused by their complicated history. Their friendship, once strained, blossomed again, showing that even in the midst of scandal, personal connections can endure and grow stronger over time. The story of Elizabeth Taylor serves as a reminder of the complexities of relationships in the public eye, where love, friendship, and betrayal intertwine in the most unexpected ways. Faye Dunaway has made a name for herself in Hollywood, but not just for her talent. Known for her diva-like behavior, she has often been described as difficult to work with. One infamous incident occurred on the set of Mommy Dearest, where she reportedly slapped a fellow actor. This kind of behavior has led many to view her as a challenging presence in the industry. Additionally, her treatment of assistants has drawn criticism, with claims of verbal harassment that left many feeling uncomfortable. Such actions have contributed to her reputation as one of the more polarizing figures in Hollywood. Legendary actress Bette Davis once remarked that Dunaway was the worst person in Hollywood, a statement that highlights the extent of her negative reputation among peers. Despite her impressive filmography and iconic roles, these stories of her off-screen behavior have overshadowed her achievements and left a lasting impression on those who have worked with her. When discussing Kirk Douglas, one cannot overlook his complex behavior during the making of Spartacus. His time on set was marked by significant clashes with the film's director, Stanley Kubrick. Douglas, who played the lead role, often found himself at odds with Kubrick's vision, leading to a tense working environment. His meddling in the production resulted in numerous challenges that affected the film's progress. Douglas was not shy about voicing his opinions, which sometimes disrupted the creative flow. Despite these issues, he later acknowledged Kubrick's talent as a director, recognizing that his unique style and approach contributed to the film's lasting impact. This duality in Douglas's character, his strong personality, and his eventual respect for Kubrick, paints a picture of a man deeply invested in his craft, even if it meant creating friction on set. The legacy of Spartacus remains intertwined with these behind-the-scenes dynamics, showcasing the complexities of Hollywood relationships. Accused by actress Tippi Hedren of harassment and obsession, Alfred Hitchcock's reputation has faced scrutiny over the years. Hedren, who starred in Hitchcock's films The Birds and Marnie, claimed that he displayed troubling behavior during their working relationship. She alleged that he installed a secret door between his office and her dressing room, allowing him to invade her privacy. This claim paints a picture of a director who was not only obsessive but also manipulative, creating an uncomfortable environment for his leading lady. The negative portrayal of Hitchcock continued with the release of the 2012 film The Girl, which depicted his complex and often disturbing relationship with Hedren. The film highlights the power dynamics in Hollywood and raises questions about the treatment of women in the industry during that era. Hitchcock, known for his mastery in suspense and psychological thrillers, now finds his legacy tainted by these allegations. As audiences reflect on his work, they must also consider the darker aspects of his personal interactions and the impact they had on those around him. Accused of serious crimes, Errol Flynn found himself at the center of controversy when he faced allegations of having sexual relations with two 17-year-old girls. Despite the gravity of these accusations, Flynn denied the charges and ultimately was found not guilty in a highly publicized trial. This incident did not just impact his career, but also shaped public perception of him during a time when Hollywood stars were often scrutinized for their personal lives. Flynn's reputation as a swashbuckling hero in films was juxtaposed against these darker allegations, creating a complex image of the man behind the screen. Known for his charm and charisma, he once famously said, "I like my whiskey old and my women young," a quote that reflects his controversial lifestyle and relationships. This phrase has often been cited in discussions about his character, further entrenching him in the narrative of a Hollywood star whose life was as tumultuous as the roles he played. The combination of his talent and the scandals surrounding him has made Flynn a figure of both admiration and disdain in Hollywood history. Dustin Hoffman has built a reputation in Hollywood that is as complex as his performances. He is known for his dedication to his craft, which often translates into a demanding presence on set. This commitment has led to a perception of him as difficult to work with. Hoffman has been known to insist on having creative control over his performances, which can lead to tensions with directors. His passionate approach to acting sometimes results in screaming matches, especially when he feels strongly about a scene or direction. One of the most talked about incidents involved his treatment of Meryl Streep during the filming of Kramer vs. Kramer. Reports suggest that his intense focus on the role caused friction between them, raising questions about his methods. While some admire his commitment, others criticize his behavior, viewing it as unprofessional. This mix of talent and controversy has made Hoffman a polarizing figure in the industry, leading to his inclusion in discussions about the most hated stars in Hollywood history. His legacy is not just defined by his remarkable films, but also by the complicated dynamics he created behind the scenes. During the filming of the Royal Tenenbaums, Gene Hackman developed a reputation for being a difficult individual on set. His behavior reportedly crossed lines that left a lasting impact on those around him. One notable incident involved Angelica Houston, who was brought to tears by Hackman's harsh words. This moment highlighted not only his intense demeanor, but also the emotional toll it took on fellow actors. Additionally, he did not hold back when it came to expressing his disdain for director Wes Anderson, openly insulting him in front of the entire crew. Such actions contributed to a tense atmosphere during production, overshadowing the creative process. Following this film, Hackman chose to retire from acting, leaving behind a legacy filled with remarkable performances in a variety of genres. His decision to step away from the spotlight after such a tumultuous experience marked a significant moment in his career, as he left audiences to reflect on his extensive body of work. Known for her strong will and fierce independence, Katharine Hepburn made a significant mark in Hollywood. She was not just an actress. She was a trailblazer who advocated for her rights both on and off the screen. Hepburn took on roles that reflected her desire for liberation and challenged traditional gender roles. Her characters often displayed a sense of freedom and strength that resonated with audiences. However, her bold personality frequently led to clashes with producers and directors. She was not one to back down when it came to her beliefs, which sometimes resulted in her being fired from projects. Yet, her talent was undeniable, and she was often rehired, as studios recognized her star power. This back-and-forth dynamic highlighted her determination to maintain control over her career and artistic choices. Hepburn's willingness to stand up for herself made her a controversial figure, and while some admired her tenacity, others saw her as difficult to work with. Her legacy is complex, marked by both her remarkable performances and her unapologetic spirit. During his time on Saturday Night Live, Chevy Chase earned a reputation for being rude, which left a lasting mark on his career. His behavior was not just a fleeting moment. It followed him into other projects. One notable incident involved making lewd remarks towards a female writer, which created a significant backlash against him. This reputation for rudeness continued when he joined the cast of NBC's hit show Community. His interactions with cast members were often described as difficult, and he was known for his abrasive demeanor. Many reported that he had a tendency to clash with others, which made working with him challenging. This pattern of behavior has led to a perception of him as one of the more disliked figures in Hollywood. Despite his talent and contributions to comedy, the way he treated colleagues has overshadowed much of his work. His legacy is complicated by these incidents, which continue to be a topic of discussion among fans and critics alike. Famous for her diva behavior, Barbra Streisand has made headlines not just for her incredible talent, but also for her demanding personality. Known for her powerful voice and acting skills, she has also gained a reputation for being very particular about how she is portrayed. One of her well-known quirks is her insistence on controlling which side of her face is filmed. This peculiar request stems from her belief that she looks better from one angle, and she has gone to great lengths to ensure that this preference is respected in films and public appearances. Moreover, her behavior extends beyond just her on-screen image. Reports suggest that she has demanded that staff members turn and face the wall when she enters a room. This level of control and expectation can create a tense atmosphere for those who work with her. While many admire her talent and contributions to music and film, these demands have led some to view her as difficult or unapproachable. Her complex persona continues to spark conversation and debate among fans and critics alike, making her one of the more controversial figures in Hollywood history. Charlie Chaplin was a famous British actor, filmmaker, and composer during Hollywood's silent film era. He was widely recognized for his comic characters, particularly the tramp persona. Chaplin was known for his talent in both acting and directing, and his work left a significant impact on the world of cinema. In his personal life, Chaplin faced both scandals and controversies. He married 4 times, and 3 of his marriages were to women much younger than him. One of these women was Paulette Goddard, who was 16 years his junior, and later he married Una O'Neill when she was only 18. His marriages to these young women led to rumors and public backlash. Chaplin's experiences with the U.S. government were rocky as well. In 1952, he was banned from re-entering the United States after being accused of being anti-American. He was suspected of having communist sympathies, which led to his inclusion on the Hollywood blacklist. Chaplin responded by settling in Switzerland permanently, where he remained active in the film industry until his death in 1977. Throughout his life, Chaplin's work in the film industry remained unparalleled. He directed, wrote, produced, edited, and often composed the music for his movies. Despite his controversies, Chaplin's legacy in cinema remains essential, and his films are still celebrated today. Montgomery Clift had a reputation for erratic behavior, which was evident even when he was sober. His personal struggles greatly influenced his work and interactions on set. Clift was known for causing turmoil during film productions, often leading to tense situations with directors and co-stars. His emotional turmoil stemmed from various personal issues, including his complicated relationships and inner demons. These factors contributed to a chaotic atmosphere that made him a challenging presence in Hollywood. Despite his undeniable talent and charisma, his unpredictable nature led to a mixed legacy in the industry. Many colleagues found it difficult to work with him, as his anguish often overshadowed his performances. Clift's ability to portray deep emotions on screen was both a gift and a burden, reflecting the turmoil within him. This complexity made him a fascinating yet controversial figure in the history of cinema, leaving a lasting impression on those who witnessed his brilliance and struggles. Known for his intense performances and striking presence on screen, Klaus Kinski is often remembered more for his tumultuous personality than his acting talent. He was notoriously difficult to work with, creating a reputation that overshadowed his cinematic achievements. Colleagues described him as prone to frequent blow-ups, which made the filmmaking process challenging. Many directors found it hard to collaborate with him due to his unpredictable behavior, leading to a limited number of partnerships. In fact, Kinski worked closely with only one director multiple times, showcasing a unique but strained relationship. This director was Werner Herzog, who directed Kinski in several films, including Aguirre, The Wrath of God, and Fitzcarraldo. Their collaboration was marked by both brilliance and chaos, as Kinski's erratic nature often clashed with Herzog's vision. Despite his undeniable talent, Kinski's legacy is complicated by the stories of his explosive temper and difficult demeanor, leaving a lasting impression on Hollywood history. Gaining a reputation for using her beauty to manipulate others, Joan Crawford became a controversial figure in Hollywood. Her charm and striking appearance often masked a more subtle, manipulative behavior that sparked issues with her cast members. Many who worked with her found her to be difficult, as she was known to create tension on set. One of the most famous feuds in Hollywood history was between Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. Their rivalry was intense and well publicized, with both actresses exchanging barbs in the press and competing for roles. This animosity added to Crawford's reputation as a star who could not only captivate audiences but also sow discord among her peers. Her ability to manipulate situations to her advantage often left a lasting impact on those around her, making her one of the most hated stars in Hollywood history. The complexities of her personality and her fierce ambition contributed to a legacy that is as fascinating as it is controversial. Described as a nightmare on set, Steven Seagal has built a reputation that many in Hollywood would rather avoid. His approach to filmmaking has often involved physically intimidating his co-stars, creating an atmosphere of fear rather than collaboration. Known for being highly critical of others, Seagal's behavior has left a lasting impression on those who have worked with him. Comedian John Leguizamo shared a particularly alarming experience, recounting how he was slammed against a wall by Seagal during a tense moment on set. This incident highlights the unpredictable nature of working with Seagal and the discomfort it can cause among cast members. Many have expressed that his domineering presence and harsh critiques make it difficult to create a positive working environment. As a result, Seagal's reputation as one of the most hated stars in Hollywood history is not without merit, as stories of his on-set antics continue to circulate among industry insiders. Known for her sharp wit and bold opinions, Susan Sarandon has made a name for herself not only through her acting skills, but also through her controversial remarks about her fellow actresses. One of her most notable targets has been Meryl Streep. Sarandon's comments have often been interpreted as snarky, leading to tension between her and other stars in the industry. This has resulted in strained relationships with co-stars and directors alike, as her candidness can sometimes come off as harsh or unfiltered. While many admire her for speaking her mind, others see her opinions as divisive. Her willingness to share her thoughts on the dynamics of female relationships in Hollywood has sparked discussions about the challenges women face in the industry. Sarandon's comments have raised eyebrows and, at times, created rifts that may have affected her career opportunities and collaborations. Despite her talent and accolades, this aspect of her personality has contributed to a mixed perception of her in Hollywood, making her a figure of both admiration and contention among her peers. Had a reputation for being difficult to work with in Hollywood, Lucille Ball was known for upstaging her fellow actors, often overshadowing their performances and cutting their screen time. This behavior created tension on set, as many felt that she prioritized her own spotlight over the collaborative spirit of filmmaking. Her cold and sarcastic attitude did not help her image either. While some admired her sharp wit, others found it off-putting, leading to a complex view of her personality. Despite these criticisms, many who worked with her acknowledged that she was not just a one-dimensional figure. Behind the scenes, she was a savvy producer and a dedicated professional, constantly pushing the boundaries of comedy and television. Those who got to know her often described her as a complex individual, capable of great warmth and generosity. This duality made her both loved and disliked, leaving a lasting impact on Hollywood history. Allegations have surfaced regarding Sylvester Stallone's behavior on set and with his staff. Reports suggest that he had a peculiar rule where his employees were not allowed to look him in the eye. This created an atmosphere of intimidation and discomfort among those working for him. Furthermore, it was claimed that when Stallone entered a room, staff members were expected to back out as a sign of respect. This behavior reportedly led to significant issues within his teams, culminating in lawsuits from former staff members who claimed unfair dismissal. These lawsuits highlighted the toxic work environment that some employees experienced, as they felt they were treated poorly and unfairly. The negative experiences shared by former staff have contributed to Stallone's reputation in Hollywood, making him one of the most polarizing figures in the industry. While he is celebrated for his iconic roles and contributions to cinema, these allegations paint a different picture of his off-screen behavior, leading to ongoing discussions about the treatment of staff in Hollywood. Known for his iconic role as Captain James T. Kirk in the original Star Trek series, William Shatner has also gained a reputation that goes beyond his acting skills. Many of his co-stars have nicknamed him Captain Jerk due to his difficult behavior on set and during public appearances. This nickname reflects the frustrations felt by those who worked alongside him. Reports suggest that Shatner often displayed a huge attitude, particularly at fan conventions where he would shout at co-stars and exhibit a lack of patience. His demeanor has led to a mixed legacy, as fans admire his work in science fiction, while others criticize his off-screen antics. Despite his significant contributions to the entertainment industry, the stories of his confrontational nature have overshadowed some of his achievements. His interactions with fellow actors and fans have left a lasting impression, shaping how many perceive him in Hollywood. Considered one of the most talented yet controversial figures in Hollywood, Marlon Brando's reputation as an eccentric and difficult star has persisted over the years. His refusal to accept an Academy Award for his iconic role in The Godfather exemplifies his complex relationship with the film industry. Brando was known for his unpredictable behavior, which often left directors and producers bewildered. For instance, when he was cast in Superman, he made headlines by demanding an astonishing $10 million for just a 4-minute appearance. This outrageous request highlighted not only his star power, but also his willingness to push boundaries in negotiations. Furthermore, Brando's unusual requests extended beyond financial matters. During the filming of the Muppet movie, he surprised everyone by insisting on speaking in a Miss Piggy voice, while communicating with director Frank Oz. Such antics contributed to his image as a difficult actor, making him a polarizing figure in Hollywood. His talent was undeniable, but his behavior often overshadowed his work, leading to a legacy that remains both revered and criticized.